Everybody, this is Doug with Destiny Has No Secrets on part 2 of our Dynasty card set, or card core card set review of Crane Clan. Say that 3 times fast. Uh, if you haven't, if you're just tuning into this video just now, I recommend you go back and watch the first video where we cover the first half of the Dynasty cards. As I'm breaking these down into smaller bits. So, with that being said, we're going to go to the next card here. Doji Gift Giver. Okay, 2 Fate, 0 Military, 2 Political, 1 Glory, Courtier trait. Action. While this character is participating in a conflict, give your opponent 1 Fate. That opponent must choose to ready the participating character he or she controls, bow that character. This is the first card out of the Crane set I've seen that I don't like. Yeah, she's not terrible. I just don't know. She's definitely not good. For a couple of different reasons. One, I like. Well, but let's go to the things I like about her before I go into the bad. Okay, 2 Fate cost is pretty fair for 0/2. That seems to be fairly standard, lower end standard. I would say I would expect to pay 1 for a 0/2 at this point, especially in the faction that's supposed to be more politically strong. And a 1 Glory is nothing to brag about. Seems to be pretty standard. Most of why I don't like it comes in with their action, and giving your opponent fate is never a good idea. I can't think you're giving your opponent economy, and especially in this game where the economy is just flat and there are really no other places to get direct economy from what we know, and so you're always having to skirt out these little 1 or 2 fake costs, edges. 1 fake seems like it could be pretty powerful, and that would be fine. I guess it wouldn't be good, but it would be okay if you got to choose the person that you were bowing, but you don't. Your opponent gets to choose. So it's only really be good. This ability is only really going to be useful in a situation that the player can engineer, right? There are points where this could be useful. So, I mean, I would include her over a blank personality with the same stats if I was forced to, but just to have the access to the option to bow a personality, but because it is, bowing actions seem relatively good, but giving your opponent the option and the fate, and there's just a lot that says this, no, I'm not going to give my opponent that many if I can help it, or that many decisions. They're just going to choose the best thing for them and the worst thing for me if they can. Yeah, and then giving him economies. Yeah, it's just not a good card. I just don't see why they didn't, you know, like I said, like giving your opponent the fate. Okay, I can get that. That's kind of in theme, but the combined with the fact that your opponent chooses, just not good. So let's go on to a character I do like. Doji Hotaru, the Crane Clan champion. So this is the first Crane Clan champion card we've seen. She's 5 fate, 3 military, 6 political, 3 glory. Bushi champion traded reaction. After you claim a ring during a political conflict in which this character is participating, or resolve that ring's effect. So, okay, so from what we understand about the way the rings work is you're gonna, when you're attacking or defending, or when you're in a conflict, the winner of that conflict claims the ring. If you are attacking, you get to resolve that ring's effect. What she allows you to do is 2 things. 1, resolve that ring's effect, right? And then you get to resolve it again if you're the attacker and you're claiming that ring. So, resolve 2 rings from what I understand. And on the defense, you get to resolve that ring's effect. So, yeah, resolving your ring effects twice on the attack or once on the defense is really, it seems really, really, really good. Let's look at the what kind of ring effects we got here. So I pulled up so okay, we got error. So we could choose to take we could take up to 2 honor on an attack claim, or gain 4 honor, right? Which is probably the first place my mind went, honestly. But you can also, take an honor on the defense or gain 2 honor on the defense, which is still really good. But there are some other things here. Let's see here. We can draw 2 cards, or discard 2 cards, or on the defense, draw 1 and cause them to discard 1. On the defense, I wouldn't see this being especially significant. I mean, maybe depending on what your deck's doing, I guess drawing 1 card on defense would be okay. But especially if they have the initiative on the first turn, actually, that might be better. That might actually be pretty good. But on the attack, discarding cards, discarding is a thing. They do have a fake card here that they've shown us. Um, Spies in Court, 0 fate event. It says reaction after you win a political conflict, dishonor a friendly participating character, discard 2 cards at random from your opponent's hand. Now, dishonoring, when you're honored and you dishonor a character, they go back to their normal state. So, honoring her, right, through card effects, winning a conflict, playing that reaction, taking her back to normal, choosing to trigger the Earth Ring, right, can net you 4 cards. 4 cards, right? If you do that on the first turn, wow, that's really good. That's their hand. That could be their hand, depending on how many cards they drew, right? Yeah, pretty good. So Fire Ring, honoring 2 characters or dishonoring 2 characters, pretty good. And the defense, honoring or dishonoring. Honoring would be good because you can they attack, they look at your board and they're like, okay, they only had the one chump out there who really can't attack. You defend with Dojo Toru. They didn't really anticipate, you switch the ring maybe to fire, or maybe they didn't anticipate winning or losing, and they lose. Now you honor that guy. They give him the glory bump. You attack and win. Seems pretty good. Ready 2 characters. I can't think of so they swing back. You choose water. You're in 2. You're ready 2 characters. So now you have them for defense because you already attacked with them that turn. Or bow 2 characters with no fate. That's pretty good too. Choose character, remove 1 fate from it. That could be 2 fate from one person. That could be so good. So good. Because, they spend, imagine if they brought their clan champ out in the same turn, they put 2 or 3 fate on them, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna kick some butt. My fake, man, champion out, I'm gonna wreck you. Hotaru comes in, they're like, whatever, I'm gonna swing back at you. Now you remove 2 fate from it. GG. Goodbye. You just wasted 5 fate for no reason. That could be huge. It could be amazing. It's really good. Okay, not to mention her stats. Her stats speak for themselves. She's 3 military, 6 political, 3 glory. So that means that she's 6 military, 9 political. Oh my God, so big, so big. And she's unique, so she has that extra fate thing. Putting 3 copies of her is not a bad idea. Because she'll give herself fate when she comes in. Yeah, that's Dojo Toru. I think if this is the standard that we expect, I think she'll be probably pretty good. She's the kind of character you have to watch out for when the Korean's at 21 honor, because then she can suddenly win. They could just win it. They'll just be able to win right out with the air ring. But you also need to kind of watch it with the water ring too, because they can go win 2 honor from the air while winning a water conflict, honor 2 characters. Now they're at 24. If they already have an honored character in play, or including her, and they leave play, now they're 25. You lose. So when they get around the 20 range and she's on the board, you got to really be careful because they're within threat of winning, I think, because of her ability alone to be ability to gain up to 4 honor, by either claiming air or water ring will be really really good. So Doji Whisperer, not much to say about her. 1 fake cost. Sorry for the blurry image. Uh, 0 military, 3 political, 1 glory, courtier traded, no trader abilities. Blank 1 fake cost for 3 political skill. I think she's pretty good. She has 1 glory. That's kind of I would like to have a little bit more glory on her, but okay, for 1 fate, we can understand. My only thing, she'll probably be filtered out of play once we start getting to normal releases, because she is blank. I would take Doji Gift Giver over her if I had the option, simply because Doji Gift Giver has an ability, even though it's a bad ability. She's just kind of more or less a body. You'll be able to throw her out there, honor her, lose her, and gain the honor for her, But she's already contributing 3 political skill in a clan that has already a butt ton of political skill. So, guest of honor, 4 fake cost, non-unique, 1 military, 4 political, 1 glory, courtier traded. While this character isn't participating in the conflict, opponent's character cannot play events. So I'm going to go into the entire cancellation events strategy when I go into the conflict cards, but we'll talk about this a little bit here. So there's 2 other cards that cancel events. Voice of Honor and Above the Law. I can't remember the name of the other card. It's an attachment. So one's an attachment that you can make the person attached to immune, and the other one's an action that you can cancel an event in brief. And then you have this guy. Out of all 3 of the effects, I don't like him. I think he's the weakest effect out of them. Yeah, he says in the conflict they just can't do it, but I just generally don't like this card. There's a lot of reasons why I don't. Alright, so let's start. 1, he's 4 fate costs. You only have 7 fate around, alright? And you're going to want to put fate on him if you want to put him in play. So he's really not 4 fate, he's going to be 5 or 6 fate, which is your turn, right? And yeah, he has 4 political skill, and the faction that has the most political skill. So there's no shortage of guys with 4 political skill, including like Asahina Storyteller, who gives all your guys draw, right? He's only 1 military skill, and he has no glory. So when he goes up, if he gets honored, he does not really increase in power too much. And he doesn't really do much. He doesn't do anything. He just prevents your opponent from doing things. Yeah, that's really good, but there's also a ton of effects that he doesn't stop that will target him first. So he's really the only reason why you have him out there is to put him out there to waste their first action. And if you're gonna do that, right? There's cheaper ways of doing that that Crane has, right? They have a free action that they can do, or they have an attachment. If you really want to do that, because any of the characters that go away, I mean, there might be certain events that you just might want to stop. I mean, obviously there's going to be strong events. That's goes without saying. I just think that there's a cheaper way to cancel events, and I don't think he's worth the slot. He's not even unique. He doesn't give himself fate, so you're gonna pay. You're not gonna bring out more than one of this guy in a game. You're just not. Unless fate gets out of control or some sort of thing, but it's just not gonna happen. So yeah, I don't really see. He doesn't really contribute much to actually doing anything to help you win battles or political conflicts. So yeah, I'm not really like this card. He's just he's gonna be in the deck in the core set, and he's probably gonna rotate out of my decks if I run any Crane decks. As soon as Dynasty packs get in, because he doesn't do it. I like having guys with actions on them, guys with that contribute things in a meaningful way. Yeah. Kikitasami. She contributes something. So she's unique. 3 fate, 1 1 military, 3 political, 2 glory courtier. Action. While this character is participating in a political conflict, if you count more current political skill in the conflict than your opponent, take 1 honor from that opponent. She doesn't really contribute anything to actually winning, except for the win condition. So she takes honor. So for that reason alone, I would include her over guest of honor. She's also give herself free fate because she's unique. When she flips, she'll add a fate to herself. So that right there is worth it. She's a 1/3, so she's got good stats, and she's got 2 glory. So when you honor her, she becomes 3 military skill, which is not too bad, and 5 political skill, which is insanely good. 3 fate costs, not too bad. Would I pay for her over another, like say Doji Challenger, right? Right, who's also 3 fate? I'd probably pay for Doji Challenger over Asami. I see her being more of a mid to late game type of character when you want to just ramp up really quickly and sneak out that win. You put yourself in the position where you can gain 6 or 7 honor in 1 turn through various different means. That would be pretty. She's probably be the person I would want to bring out for that. Early game, she doesn't really contribute much though. She'll probably just be clogging Dynasty. Dynasty. She'll still be at least a 2 of or 3 of potentially a full play set in the index though for a long time because she does that can give you a lot of honor over the course of a game if they don't deal with her. So like 2 to 3, 4 honor is quite a bit of honor. So yeah, I like her. She's good. Kakita Kaizen. Unique. 3 fate. 3 military. 2 political. He has the 2 glory. Bushi. Duelish. Kenshinzen. Traded. Which is a new keyword that we're seeing. He has the action. While this character is participating in the conflict, your opponent must choose a participating character he or she controls, challenge that character to a military duel. If the character wins, move each character not involved in the duel home. If he loses, send it home. So he could move everybody that wasn't involved in the duel. That is just so good. It's insane. Oh my god. So there's going to be so many decks they're probably going to want to run with swarmy type abilities like Lion or Unicorn, right? Really good. I like that. 3 fate cost is a really great cost for that ability. The 3 military skills, nothing to shake stick at. I don't think he's gonna. You're probably gonna want to put something on him if you want a bully duel. If you want a sure chance, it will be a little risky, but that seems to be kind of the duelist thing. Is the riskiness, the riskiness of the bids and everything. So, I like it though. He's good. You honor him, he becomes a 5 military skill. That's insanely good. Now you go and duel with him. 5 military skill in a duel. So if you don't know, the dueling, you take your honor dial and you bid 1 through 5 just like normal, and you add the honor to the result on the honor die to the military skill, right? So he can have between 6 and 10 in a result, and what you bid on the honor dial, you pay the difference to an honor. So if I bid 5 and you bid 1, then I pay you 4 honor, just like an honor draw. Yeah, that's really good though. He's just going to be able to swing uh, in a military challenge where you expect them to be strong and duel. They're going to have to deal with him right away. On the defense, he just basically says no, no military here. I mean, they're going to be able to choose the character, which is never a good thing, but so they'll choose their most strongest guy, so you got to be able to handle that. But and he does move all your characters home too, because he says move each character not involved in the duel, so that's including you. So you could choose the strongest military person, like a champion or something like that, duel them, win, everybody else goes home, and then deal with Kaizen and still win the battle. And plus those guys don't bow, so that kind of hurts your momentum. Yeah, I don't know if that's so good. But he's strong. I really like the fact that he's really strong. Alright, he has the ability to just nerf an entire conflict just all by his lonesome. Good job. Alright, last but not least, and most importantly all, savvy politician. 2 fate, 1 military, 2 political, 1 glory, courtier traded, reaction. After this character is honored, choose a character, honor that character. This character is going to be a staple in Crane decks for a long, long time. Yeah, she doesn't do anything, but she's only 2 fate, so she's really cheap. But she triggers the ability to just honor in. Now, I don't think it's probably worth a card. Like, there's the Way of the Crane card, which we'll get into when we start covering the fake cards. Um, I don't know if I would always waste that on her. But I would certainly use. You certainly can honor during conflicts in various ways, including claiming the water ring or the fire ring. Um, Fire ring? Let's see, fire ring. Gotta find out. Fire ring. So I'd probably use that effect before I would use the Way of the Crane. Not that I wouldn't if it came in pinch, but because she, it's basically, might as well just use that effect on the other guy. But if you're using the ring and you honor in, you bring her in, then she leaves play. She's worth an honor. So I think for 2 fate, giving her 1 honor and being able to honor another character is going to be really strong. Yeah, it's really good. Really good stuff. So that's the Dynasty cards that we have so far. And I think that's pretty much most of the Dynasty cards. There's 24 cards that I know of that have been spoiled. A lot of these have been given out to podcasts and things like that, so I definitely recommend you go and search out the different podcasts and content. Um, I don't remember which cards specifically came from or got previewed or spoiled with the podcast. I'm sorry, but yeah, go to the Reddit and you'll have a list of those. Looks like some good stuff here. Enough spread to put in some good military stuff. And then you have some cheap guys, and then you have Otoru. Yeah, I really like it. Really like the spread so far. If every clan got this sort of setup in the beginning, then it should be good stuff. So, okay, we're gonna move on to the conflict cards now. Thank you for watching, and once again, if you like this video or you want to see more videos like it, please like and subscribe. And you can find all our contact information down in the little box below. And I'll check you later. See you in the next video.